Hello there, my friends. Eric Worre here. Hope you're having a great day. I several things I want to chat with you about today. If you want to be able to set yourself up for success, I have a very special guest. It's going to be joining us in just about 2 or 3 minutes, giving you 5 strategies on how you can become more successful. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I think you're going to find it very, very interesting. I think success leaves clues. I think if you study wildly successful people, it doesn't take long to notice that there's a trend. Have you ever noticed that? That there's a trend line between very successful people and people who are average in their success and people who are unsuccessful? And you can go any way you want. You can study the failures. That's actually an interesting exercise. Think about, and if you'd like to play along, throw into the chat, what's one thing a person can do to help them fail in network marketing? What's one thing that they could do that would cause them not to have success? So if you examine that really closely, that can give you a roadmap to success, actually, can it? Can't it? Because it'll give you all the warning signs of where to go, where not to go, what's happening in the marketplace for people who are not enjoying a good level of success in network marketing. If you're stuck, study stuck people. Find out what the stuck people do. If you want to be successful, study successful people. Yeah. So as we start, I'm going to bring up my guest in about 60 seconds, but we have a big event coming up that will help you go from where you are to where you want to go in your business. It's called the GoPro Experience. It's December 5th, 6th, and 7th. Put a number 7 in the chat if you're already registered and you're going to be attending this event. There are tens of thousands that are already registered for this event, so it wouldn't surprise me if you were one of them. So throw a 7 in the chat if you're already registered. If you're not registered and you'd like to learn more about this event, normally an online streaming ticket is $300. We're giving you, for a very brief period of time, the ability to get a ticket for just $3. A 3-day event delivered to you online live for $3, $1 a day. 24 hours of the best training you could think of for the entire year. This is going to be the biggest event in network marketing history. You want to make sure you're part of it. I see a lot of 7s in the chat, but if you'd like to learn more, put a 3 in the chat. If you'd like to learn more how to get a ticket for $3 and how to help other people get a ticket for $3, either put a 3 in the chat if you're Instagram or Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you'll need to use the URL gopro2025.com. GoPro2025.com will get you to that page. You can lock in your seat. But it's not just who attends, if you're going to attend or not. It is more about how many people can you get? How many of your customers can you have to check in for $3? Learn more about your business. How many people that are maybe inactive in your team can you get to attend for $3? How many people that are active in your team, part-time or full-time, can you get to plug in to at least part of that event over the course of 3 days for $3? We've never done anything like this in our lives. This is a really important time in network marketing history. So that's why we're doing something crazy. And don't ask me how we're doing it. Well, I mean, it's very simple how we're doing it. We're losing money in order to be able to get you the information. And again, for some of you that are posting a number 3 into the YouTube chat, you got to go to gopro2025.com. For everybody else, you'll get a link that will be auto responded to you if you put a number 3 into the chat. And also, if you think you're going to get value from 5 areas to be able to grow your network marketing business, 5 things to think about, maybe smash the share button on this live video, and those people can benefit. Or tag somebody that should hear this. Tag them into the comments, okay? So I've got a dear friend of mine. Her name's Tara Wilson. Tara.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm excited, honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
And you're Arizona, right?
Yeah, Scottsdale. Well, I'm Paradise Valley, which, is in the heart of Scottsdale.
So I'm headed to Tucson after this Zoom.
Oh, nice.
University of Arizona. Our son's going there, and it's family weekend.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's right.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see the college life for the course of the next. But I hear it's supposed to rain. Is it supposed to rain?
Yeah, we have like hurricane type winds and rains coming in, at least in Phoenix. Yeah, but yeah,
They
it's
say
funny.
the same.
My daughter's down the road from you, and your son's down the road from me.
There you go. Crazy. Anyway, you've been involved in network marketing for how long?
18 and a half years. And today is my 10-year on 10/10, my 10-year anniversary with my current company.
All right. So 10 years with your company, and you've hit this milestone, kind of this really important milestone as far as income. And what does that income look like?
And I was just looking at this last 12 months, it's been about 1.5 million.
$1.5 million. How many employees do you have?
0.
0 employees.
Well, I have my husband, but he works for free.
Yes, exactly. But official like employees where you have to like send them a salary.
Nobody.
Very little, right? If nothing. So
sometimes a VA, but that's like
sometimes a virtual assistant, but even that would be understandable. But most business people just do not even understand this idea that you can make that type of cash flow in a business that doesn't leverage a lot of employees and a lot of overhead. You've been able to do that. So you talk. We're going to talk about five different ways that you've looked at your business that would help some people. So why don't we just jump into it? And why don't you share people those 5 things?
Well, like all in a row or one at a time, or
whatever you'd like.
Well, I'm all about decisions. Decisions are different than, I want to do this. I think it sounds cool. That sounds great. Everyone sees the 6 and 7 figure earners. They see that possibility. But very few people make a decision to actually do it. So the first decision, these are 5 decisions that I have used over and over again for 18 and a half years to create almost about $11 million, I think now, is the first decision is launching and treating it like a business. Like not, I'll get a kit. I mean, there are people on here right now. Hey, everyone. But by the way, I've seen people from all over the world. That's so cool. But there are people right now who have bought a kit. They've attended some events, but you still haven't made the decision to actually go all in. And this isn't I'll try or I'll do my best. It's I will do whatever it takes. It's a burn the bridge mentality. It means that there's no obstacle, no fear, no rejection, no ridicule that is going to knock me off of my course. And so I think a lot of people think that, I'll just do it enough. I'll try to get enough success that I'll feel confident enough to tell some people, tell some friends, tell some family members, because they're so worried about other people. That looks different than launching a business and saying, I'm doing it. I would love all of your support, but at the end of the day, I will do it no matter what, with or without all of you. And because I didn't have a choice. My first business, all my family was already in it, and all my friends said no. I built a multi-6-figure income in my first year in network marketing with just walking around asking people who wants to get healthy and make money. But I had made that decision, Eric, and that comes with plugging in and doing the things, right? So that leads me, I don't know if you want to comment, but that leads me to my second decision.
Let me comment on that. Just so if anybody knows, why am I on my phone and why am I typing stuff? I'm not texting somebody. I'm just taking notes. I don't know if you use the note taker thing, but I use the note taker thing on my phone a lot. So first thing is the real decision. Okay. What's the second? I agree with you.
Yeah. The second decision is to seek mentorship and be coachable. And I always go back to the first story, because remember, prior to this, I was in wholesale mortgage. I was working full time. I had a 1-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I had only to that point at 34 years old been an employee since I was 16. I had been an employee. I was, paid a wage or a commission to come in, learn a thing, do the thing, and create income, trading time for dollars. Now, obviously with commission, if you're really good and you have a great work ethic, great, you can make more money. And I did really well in wholesale mortgage because I do have a work ethic. Before I get to that, but I was very coachable. So I remember my first upline, I had never read a book other than John Grisham or, Stephen King or something for entertainment. I had never read a personal development book. And so my upline gave me on DVD Jim Rohn's How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. Still one of my top 3 most favorite tools of all time. It's an hour. You can get it on YouTube for free now. But I listened to that thing. It was only an hour. So for weeks, over and over and over and over. And my family would get in the car. My kids would be like, Mom, this guy again? And they're like, how long is this training? My husband's like, yeah, how long is it? I was like, an hour. He's like, are you slow? And I was like, no, I have to keep hearing it. And I had to reprogram my file. So that like opened the door to seeking mentorship. And of course, you know, a lot of my mentors alive, a lot of them are not alive, you know, like Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, bless his heart. I love Brian Tracy. My sister and I had our very first meeting where we were going to do our business. And she said, you grew up in the same household as me. She got this at Barnes & Noble. She threw it across the table and said, you need this. I read this. And I read this. It has been sitting on my desk for 18 and a half years. That's how important this book is to me in terms of mindset. This is not a network marketing book.
Change your thinking, change your life.
By Brian Tracy. Yeah. And it is seriously still my Bible for mindset because I had to learn to think like a different person. And so I was coachable. When they told me what to do, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to do flyers or I'm going to go put up a billboard or I'm going to do this. I literally got the little getting started training. I got on every call. I did what they said. They said to do this. I did this. And I never like tried to innovate. And I see, you see that a lot. People are like, oh, well, I know sales. I'm going to do it this way. And of course, this was before social media and AI and all these beautifully amazing tools now that can supercharge our business. People should be millionaires in network marketing like overnight now with all the tools we have. But I was really coachable and I sought mentorship. You know, I showed up.
Let me talk to you about the innovation thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get bored with fundamental things that work, so they mess with it. But I think full on innovation. Oh, just because nobody's done it, that doesn't mean why I shouldn't do it. Well, it's a pretty good indicator if nobody's done it for 37 years, or in my case, or for as long as you've been in your business, or as long as your company's been around. Maybe you should focus on the things that work first.
Right.
So I'm not a big believer in just ripping apart everything and doing something completely contrarian to what is working in the marketplace. But I am a big fan of improvement.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Using the tools.
Take something that was a good idea and then improve on it.
Right.
You know, so take some concept that you were taught and then add a little bit to it.
Right.
You know, so my foundation also was Brian Tracy and Les Brown and Jim Rohn and all these different people. And if you go back and listen to their trainings, you'll hear a little bit of me because I got so much from that. But then I added my own style.
Yeah.
Or I examined some things. I examined some things that they talked about and went, you know, I wonder if that's really true. And, you know, because sometimes even your big mentors, they've got a tiny little blind spot that you can improve on. So look for improvement, but don't look to just throw everything that's working in your business away in order to be able to have your own stamp on it. So I got 2 things so far. Make a real decision, 1. 2, seek mentorship and be coachable.
Yeah. And then obviously I found you, when did you start? 13 years ago?
16.
Yeah. So my husband actually found you, which is funny because he never has built a business. He has been the great tech guy and the most supportive spouse. I am so blessed. When I hear people that say they don't have a supportive spouse, I didn't have that. But he found you actually. And remember you did your GoPro. You had the GoPro and you did your videos every single day for a year. And that's when we started watching you. And then of course, every network marketing business or book I could get my hand on. I still love yours because it's simple. It's so relevant. And your book is one of the best. And I'm excited.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
But it's a really digestible book. So that's the first one I give. But I mean, I've also read about 20 other books on network marketing. It's funny, Eric, they all kind of say the same thing, right? The principles, get people interested, share your product, your story.
Truth is old, man.
Truth
is old.
It's probably like since 1890 with Avon, right? You got to get people interested. And I think that AI and like social media are just great tools to continue to expose more people for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, so mentorship means, you know, not just in person, but like I will show you quickly. Those are just some of the books I've read. And there's no romance novels up there. I listen or read every single day. So if I'm washing dishes or walking, you better about every morning when I walk, I'm listening to something. I don't listen to music when I work out. I listen to like podcasts. I listen to books. Right. I'm launching a certain kind of category in wellness. So I'm reading book upon book upon book on this product category so that I can be an expert when we launch it in a couple of weeks. Right. That's just a mindset. So yes. So I feel like getting mentorship and being coachable is the decision that has very well served me. And I'm coachable at I've made a transition a couple times from my other companies closing down. And I don't come in going, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, you tell me what's the conversation. You tell me what do I need to talk about. You tell me what is interesting about our product and why do people need it. So really like look to your leaders, but also you got to fill your brain with how-tos by Eric Worre. The third one I say is you have to have the mindset that you're not just building ranks and building income, but you're building people. So you have to really I think the one reason I was successful out of the gate, because my first full year in network marketing, I made $314,000, which is probably unheard of with no experience, right?
Yep.
Is because I would meet with somebody because, oh my gosh, my cat just jumped up.
It's all right. It's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, real life, my daughter's kitten snuck in here. But I would meet with someone and I'd say, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. And this is why you need to do it. But I would look at him and I would paint vision. Like, this is where we're going, but I'm going to help you get there. And then I acknowledge the fact that, I was able to quit my job in about 7 months, but pounding my pavement. I wanted to get rid of my full-time job as quick as possible because I had 2 young kids. And so I was, like I said, digesting stuff, but I realized that a lot of the people in network marketing are still working jobs. They have a lot of things. They haven't made that decision and made their network marketing a business priority. Like I was obsessed with being, like Grant Cardone's Be Obsessed or Be Average. I was obsessed with being successful in network marketing. So I would read a chapter and then I would go and I would have a conference call. I did them every day for years. It was called the Daily Power Call at noon Pacific time because I lived in California. And I would give half an hour of just information, digestible information, something that would motivate them to take action. And I felt like, and it worked because I built a team around that time of 400,000 people, about 60,000 consultants in 4.5 years, because I was spoon feeding it from them. And I was trying to whet their appetite to get them on a path. And anytime someone came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. I want you to coach me. And they were serious. I would spend hours with them. And I would say, you have to do whatever I say, even if it sounds weird. And you have to be on a path of personal development. And I would get them reading. And I'd say, as soon as you're done reading this, get back to me. And this shouldn't take you more than a couple days. Like if you can read on 1.5 now, you should be able to digest a 200-page book in 3 to 4 days. You're driving to work. What are you doing? You're listening to radio talk. So I built people and I helped build their mindset. And I feel like the people with the best mindset have been the best, stickiest, best recruits, best leaders.
So make a real decision, seek mentorship, be coachable, and then build people. That's number 3. I agree with all 3 of these. What's the 4th?
Be the example. So I have never been an ivory tower leader. I've been at the top of 4 companies. I am still today, like every day, enrolling customers, enrolling consultants. I have never, not once ever in 18.5 years, missed an event. I have brought a 2-month-old baby from California to Florida by myself. I was literally leaking breast milk as I was accepting awards on stage. I had to have a stranger hold my infant, a 2-month-old infant, on a 6-hour flight because it didn't dawn on me that I would have to go to the bathroom. And I had, some stranger. Like I did whatever it took because would people have understood if I couldn't have made that with a brand new baby? Probably. Mm-hmm. But how much more powerful was it that I was there? And a couple years ago, in 2022, I hit the top rank of our company, and it happened to be that our convention was in Phoenix, and this was 20 minutes from our house, and it was the biggest part, like biggest pivotal moment of my career. It was the top rank. It was the 7-figure income. And I knew I wanted my family. I never brought my kids. They brought them to one because it was like an incentive trip too. But I wanted my family to see me and I wanted to be on stage. And my niece was getting married the same weekend. And I told her 6 months before, if you get on this date, and she understood because she has seen me for 18.5 years, at the time, 16 years. She knows how important that my business isn't just a business, it's my life. And I missed my niece's wedding. I missed another wedding. I missed a funeral. I have missed a lot of things, but I've never missed an event. I am the example. I am the person that I want everyone on my team. I'm always doing personal development. I probably still do more personal than anyone on my team. And I'm the top figure, obviously the top earner on my team. I go to events. I still am in your mastermind. Someone asked me the other day, why are you in the mastermind? I was like, because I want to keep around people that are thinking above me. I love being around, who that makes $700,000 a month. If you're at the top of the class, you're at the wrong class. So, I mean, you always have to be the example. You got to go up the mountain. You got to do the you got to do the hard work. You got to get through the rejection, the fear. You got to go through it all, because if you don't go through it all yourself, you can never coach someone through it. So I have done it all, and I'm still doing it 18 and a half years later, because we know this is a build and rebuild business, and it keeps me excited. What am I going to do? I don't like golfing. I don't live I'm not, what am I going to do all day? Sit by my pool? So I am still today posting on social media, showing at events, personal development, enrolling customers, enrolling consultants, building ranks every day. Not all day.
A lot of people kind of misunderstand this whole idea of retirement. Like, oh, as soon as I can get to the beach, I'm going to the beach. As soon as I can sip margaritas, I'm going to sip margaritas. And it really doesn't work that way. And most people don't know how boring that gets, how fast, because they don't get there.
Yeah.
Either they're still, so they're always dreaming about it, but they never get there. Or how many people have you seen retire and then die soon after?
Yeah.
My opinion is out of boredom and out of lack of purpose. They don't have anything. They don't know what to do. So yeah, go to the beach, but then why not contribute to somebody else's life? Why not be a mentor? Why not help somebody? Why not be of service? Why not contribute to things that are important to you and people that are important to you? So I see it keep going. I mean, real entrepreneurs don't think about retirement, even though they're making the money. They find additional purpose. They always need all of us need a project. All of us need something. All of us need, to have a target. So 4 things: make a real decision, seek mentorship, be coachable, build the example, build people, and be the example. And you were going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, a few years ago, actually at your mastermind, I was kind of stuck mentally. And I think it was because my why was to be home with my kids. And then 2 years later, again, I had another infant. So I have done this when I had an infant, a 3-year-old, and a 10-year-old. So if you're out there and you're a mom, and my husband worked full time. So if you're out there and you think, oh, I have kids, so did I. My husband works, so did mine. You know what I mean? So that's just an excuse. We know that. But I was stuck because my why was to be home with my kids. And I had gotten there, and I had gotten to a 7-figure income. So then I was like, I don't need to do anymore. I already got my dream. So what I had to do in this exercise that you helped us with helped me realize that now I got to change my why. So what I did is I put all of my leaders up on a board, and I put their families on a board, and my why became helping them. And I couldn't do that. And what am I, like you said, what am I going to do? Retire? I love traveling, but I still have a 16-year-old at home. I can't just go off to Europe for 3 months. And I love traveling. And that's probably the one thing I'll do the most when I am an empty nester. But the great thing about this business is I can do it anywhere. So that's what I say. Like, if you're stuck, then you revisit your why and think, did you already meet your why? Right? Because your why might be to quit your job. And then I see a lot of people, Eric, quit their job, and then their teams decline because they realize that they already got to where they are. And then they just try to coast. And we all know that if you're not growing, you're dying, in every part of nature. And I think people realize that, oh shoot, I got to keep working. Because when I stopped working 7 months in, I remember the first day, it was like 8 a.m. and I was like, I dropped my kids off. I still drop my kids off at daycare, but just not all day, for like 3 or 4 hours. Right. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I started getting creative. Like, what can I do? Who's at home? I was having meetings every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, in my 1,200 square foot condo with 30 people at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday and Thursday. Cause I was like, who's a realtor? Who's a stay-at-home mom? Whose kids are in daycare? Who's a personal trainer? Who has these hours off? And I just got creative. So, yeah.
I love it. So make a decision, seek mentorship, be coachable, build people, and be the example. What's the 5th?
The 5th one is keep going no matter what. even when you're mentally destroyed, even when you've been ridiculed or rejected so bad. I have a rejection so bad, it landed me in the GoPro for Network Marketing, you know, the one Ray Higdon co-wrote with,
Yeah.
yeah. I have Andrea Waltz and I had done some stuff together, and she calls me, she goes, do you have a rejection story? I said, yeah, it was one of my best friends of 33 years. And it just wasn't the right timing for her 18 years ago. Well, she's one of my top global leaders now. So literally one day after that was published, she called me and told me she wanted to join me. And I was like, I got to tell you something. But, had I quit, she wouldn't be here. Right. So you've got to decide to go. We're not always going to feel like it. Sometimes companies do things. If you're not in network marketing, or you're very new, or your company does make it, it's a very volatile world out there. A company makes a decision to, do whatever, go affiliate or close their doors because of whatever reason. I want you to say, like, what do you love to do? See, I love what I do. I want to help the world get healthier. My mom died of cancer. She's right here on my desk at 65. I personally do health and wellness, and that's just my choice because I love that what I do can help them make the world a healthier place, to educate people, to get them products, to get them. And it's, not even just to sell them stuff. I found that even me and all of my leaders, I find that it's like a gauge. Like, people come in and they're overweight, overburdened, eating like crap, feeling like crap, bloated, they have all these stuff. But just being in a community, if they're only buying one product, even if they say, well, I'm just going to invest $50 a month or something in me, they start subliminally making better choices, like drinking water instead of soda, or cutting down on alcohol, or walking on their lunch breaks. And I find that people go like this. So that's what drives me. And I feel like if I stop, then my team will stop, because everyone follows the leaders. And I love making an impact, because at the end of the day, on my deathbed, I'm not a things person. I'm an experiences person. Like, I love going hiking, and I love going on vacations and stuff. I love eating food. I love good food. But it won't matter how many nice pairs of shoes are in my closet or purses. Those are fun things. And if you can afford them, once you get there, afford them all you want. Right. But for me, it'll be like my last day of life. I will say, did I do everything I can to make a positive impact on people's lives? By being a good person, by helping them get healthy, by helping them, have their families get healthy, by helping them make better choices. Even people quit, but they still impacted them. And this is why I do stuff like this. And I will speak on anybody's team, on any company, and I've never tried to cross recruit or anything. That's not my, because people from other downlines, like not in my team, will call me, and I'll spend time with them. Like, why do you do this? And I said, because my mission is, I want to help people get healthy, and I want to help people make money. It doesn't, there was no ... only if it makes me money. I feel like I'm a karma person. If you just keep giving and giving and giving, that's just energy. It comes back to you. I believe in frequency and energy and being a good person. And I feel like the more seeds you sow, even if you don't sow them in your own garden, the more seeds will flow into your garden from the wind.
Right. And for those asking, this is Tara Wilson, $1 million plus earner, part of the $1 Million Hall of Fame. Her 5 big decisions: 1 is make a real decision. 2, seek mentorship, be coachable. 3, build people, not just your business, build people. 4, be the example. Don't expect other people to do what you're not doing. And 5, keep going no matter what. Those are 5. I think if people put a 5 in the chat, if you think if you follow those 5 things, it would help you grow your business. Before we go, I want to just ask you, we have our GoPro experience coming up December 5th, 6th, and 7th. This is, for most people, it's going to be an online experience because in person is just about sold out. But people can get a ticket online in English, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Polish, live translation, for 3 days of the best training in the world. This will be the biggest event in the world. What's a GoPro story for you? And if you're interested in getting a ticket, put a 3 in the chat. If you already have your ticket, put a 7 in the chat. Okay, if you're interested in getting a ticket and you want to learn more about it, you can get one for $3, not $300. It's normally $300. For a very limited time, you can get it for $3, $1 a day. That is no joke. There's no trick. If you put a 3 in the chat, that should get you a link, or go to GoPro2025.com. GoPro2025.com. That's will get you registered. But Tara, why should a person attend, and why should they bring their team?
Well, first of all, we all know that you can get coaching from your upline, but there's something subliminally, like your subconscious says, well, you're going to say this because it makes you money. But when you hear leader after leader after leader, and Eric and Marina and all these people that are either doing it or done it in a big way, and they're not in your upline, you're going to hear them different. It's kind of like when like my husband used to coach my daughter in softball, and he would tell her something about her pitch over and over and over and over and over again. And until her college coach said it, she's like, oh, and he's like, I've literally been telling you that for 4 years, right? You hear it different. But I think, and by the way, I've gone to every GoPro and every Most Powerful Women since you started. And again, I will still be sitting there for 3 days. I'm unable to make it in person this time, but I'm on his mastermind. I see him a lot. But I will be sitting there for 3 days taking notes, and I'm literally the top of my team. So if I'm there, and again, I'll do it and I'll share stuff. But I think the biggest takeaways, I mean, you know, a lot of the people I know, Calvin Becerra and Whitney Husband and Stormy Wellington, people that have, Calvin Becerra and I grew up in the same town. Like, he grew up with nothing. And to hear the mindsets of people that are multimillionaires now that grew up from nothing, and hear their stories, and I feel like every time there's a little part of you that just says, if they can do it, so can I. And it just reconfirms that whatever is possible. You know, I believe everyone can be a millionaire. I don't believe everyone will, but I believe everyone could if they made that decision. And so I'm just constantly learning and staying relevant. I miss, without a question, in my depths of my soul, Jessie Lee Ward. I learned so much from her from the years that I spent with her. But she was one of those people that led by examples, that was out doing it. And there's just so much to learn from all walks of life, and all people in all different companies and all different countries and all different cities, because everyone's like, oh, people in my town, my state, my country aren't like that. And you'll find that they all are, that's a limiting belief, and that it helps to basically just wash away those limiting beliefs, that you can just see more possibility. I will never miss one.
Let me ask you this: how are you promoting it to your team? Because you've had a lot of success getting people from your organization to attend this event, to be able to go and help them grow their business. How are you doing that?
So we talk to leaders and just say, hey, you know, because some leaders are like, oh, I've been 5 times, and you know, you get that. I'm like, I've been every time, but okay. I just say, what about the newest person on your team? You know, where are they getting extraordinary trainer for 3 days about how to build a network marketing business? Like, unless you're filling that void, which I know they're not, unless you're doing it at a level and you're not making millions of dollars a year. So obviously, I think it was Tiffany Malott that said this, one of my favorite all-time quotes. She goes, if you had everything you needed to be where you want to go, you would already be there. So I use that one so much. That one like stuck in my head. The day she said that it was the Most Powerful Women, I'll never forget that. And I use it all the time. I'm like, you know, you're not growing. You're not where you want to be. You need this, and you need everyone on your team too. I just try to speak to their goals and their heart. And it's like, if you want to grow your business, and I'm like, I can't even get over the fact that it's $3. I have people are like, oh, okay, I'll register. Send me the link, you know, and I have like, promote this to your team. Because we all know the more people you get to attend events, if they just get one good idea, even if 10 people, 100 people get one customer, what's the impact on your business? It's going to be like about $16,000, guys. And they're like, oh yeah. So I just try to peel their hearts and say like, hey, you don't got it. You know, you don't got it. So if you don't got it, if you're not where you want to be, you need to be there too.
Yes. So put a 3 in the chat if you're on Instagram or Facebook, or go to GoPro2025.com. That will get you the link. Some people are asking about replays. We have like a VIP experience, which will put you up on the wall, interactive with people. You get a workbook, and you get replays of the event. You can upgrade to VIP. The basic streaming ticket's $3. You can upgrade to VIP. I think it's $97 total for the entire experience, which will get you all the recordings and things like that. So that's something you might want to consider. And if you've already got your ticket, you don't really know how to upgrade, just email support@networkmarketingpro.com. Support@networkmarketingpro.com. We'll take care of you. Biggest event in network marketing history. You want to be a part of it. It's going to be that special. So, Tara, thank you so much for sharing with everybody. I really appreciate you. And if you appreciate what she shared with you today, throw a 3 in the chat and let her see the love. We'll show a little promo video at the end here, give you a little bit of time in order to be able to get the link, make sure you're registered, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody at GoPro. But have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. I'm headed to Arizona. Bear down.
Thanks,
See you later.
Eric. Have a good time.
Network marketing is rapidly changing. The question is, are you going to reinvent yourself, your business, your team, your future? Are you going to get left behind? Technology has changed everything. Consumer behavior has shifted. According to the Business Research Companies Direct Selling Global Market Report, published in January of 2025, the global network marketing size will grow from $194 billion in 2024 to over $206 billion in 2025, and is projected to grow to $264 billion in 2029. The only question is, will you capture that growth? December 5th, 6th, and 7th. This isn't about motivation. This is about reinvention. How to recruit, duplicate, and lead in today's new world. You'll learn how to use digital tools the right way, how to communicate with total authenticity, and how to fix the biggest problem in network marketing, retention. For this event, because it's such an important time, is just $3. That's right, $3. $1 per day for 3 days of virtual life-changing training. And for everyone who shows up live as a show-up bonus, you're going to receive a free VIP advanced review edition of my brand new book. Just pay shipping and handling. The investment is tiny compared to the potential return. So you got a choice. You can keep doing what you've been doing and hope things magically turn around, or you can join me and get the tools and strategies you need to help you reinvent your business and your future. December 5th through the 7th could be the turning point in your career. Let's shape the future of your business and your team while making network marketing history together. Lock in your seat, and I'll see you at the GoPro experience.